So today we're talking about the I Promise School, right? The I Promise School is a LeBron James backed school that is in Akron, Ohio. And news just came out saying that 0% of the 8th graders at that school are proficient in math on the state test. So we gotta clear some things up first and foremost. Now, the I Promise School is actually a school that is controlled by the Akron Public School District, right? Like, it's part of the public school system. Any kid can go to it, right? What separates this school is that LeBron James actually has a foundation that provides a part of the funding. And a part of those funding goes to things like food, employment opportunities for the parents, housing for the parents, clothing, and a whole bunch of other social needs that kids, unfortunately, when they come from these environments, they just don't have access to. So this is a public school. Like, this is a part of the school district, just like all the rest of the schools. Interesting thing is that how much media coverage this school got because of the failing grades, right? Like, it became national news all because LeBron James' name was attached to it. The crazy thing about this is that this isn't new. Like, this is happening all across America right now. Like, in almost every major inner city school district, you can find some underperforming schools. In Baltimore City, right, 23 of the schools there, they found they were 0 proficiency in math. In Minnesota, they found 19 schools proficient in math. 53 schools in Illinois were found to be non-proficient in math. And 30 of the schools weren't proficient in reading. The U.S. Department of Education says that 84% of Black students lack proficiency in mathematics, while 85% lack proficiency in reading. So this goes past the I Promise School. This surpasses the LeBron James Foundation. Of your kids go to these schools, right? Like, so when you heard, oh, the LeBron James school has 0 proficiency, you was on the couch like, shit, add them to the list, because my baby can't do math either. Some of y'all was like, this ain't no news. Like, so my baby ain't been able to read since the 1st grade. This is real. This is real. Like, this is not a problem that is just siloed in on that one school. We know the problems. Let's talk about how to address the solutions. I'm gonna give you 3 of them. I'm gonna give you 3 solutions that we can work with. First thing is making an investment in early childhood education. Like, we've heard this a million times. We need investment in early childhood education. When children receive early childhood education, they're 25% more likely to graduate high school and 4 times more likely to complete a bachelor's. Crazy. Why is this? It's because during the first 5 years of life, there are millions and billions of neural connections being created, right? Language, the ability to be resilient, the ability to learn multiple languages, the ability to do math and reading at a high level is all being formed in the first 5 years of life. We can even go further to say that the first 5 years of somebody's life will dictate the next 70 years, which means there is nothing more important. There is nothing more there is nothing more concrete than the brain at 5 years old. The next thing, we just have to make education a priority, right? We have to make it a priority in this country. A study came out in 2019 and it said the top career that children wanted to be were YouTubers. And I'm pretty sure it's now TikTokers. Like, they said the top jobs that children want to be were YouTubers, professional athletes, and rappers. Those were the top 3 occupations that most kids wanted. So you tell me where math is applicable there. You tell me why a child needs to know math when they made up their mind that they're gonna be a runner. You tell me why a child needs to know how to read when they already got it in their mind that they about to be the next greatest. Yeah, they LeBron, they Kobe, they Jordan already. They made it up in their mind. They NBA young boy. They decided. Math is no longer a priority because the careers, the opportunities, the exposure is not being connected with kids. Kids don't this is the beautiful thing is, as adults, we have what's called perspective. We have the ability to add context to a situation, and it's because of our lived experience that we've gained over time. Well, guess what? Children don't have that perspective. Children don't have that lived experience. So for them, it's almost impossible to tell them they're not going to the NFL because they don't have the perspective of knowing 100 other kids who thought they were going to the NFL and now they're all working at Amazon, or they're all doing DoorDash, and that's no knock, but we just being real. Or the ones that said they was going to the league and now they selling dope, or the ones that said they was gonna be and now they in jail. They don't have that perspective. So as adults, we have to make a way that education is a priority and connect those dots for them. This thing we have to do to mitigate all of this non-proficiency that we are seeing taking over the schools is it starts at home. It starts at home. What type of environment are the parents? What type of environment are you creating for your child, right? Modeling is one of the strongest and most influential things a person can do. It's one of the most powerful things a person can see. If a person can see it, then they can achieve it. Here in your household, are there conversations centered around why academics are important, right? In the household, are you making an effort to carve out time to reinforce what a child has already learned? We like to say this, right? I hear parents say this all the time. Well, I send my baby off to school every day. They with y'all longer than they with us, and they ain't learning nothing yet. No, they're not. You know why? Because what you do at home has more influence over what happens in school. So if they seeing violence in the household, then guess what? They're gonna be violent, right? If they seeing ignorance in the household, then guess what? They're gonna be ignorant. If they see people who might not have had the opportunity to get the education, but yet they are striving for something, then I guarantee you they'll be able to take advantage of what's being placed in front of them. But if the parent ain't doing right, then we can expect that the baby ain't gonna do right when they go to school. So I say all of this to say that, the I Promise School is not an outlier. The I Promise School is a lot of schools in our inner cities, and is a lot of schools in rural America, is a lot of schools across this country. It's unfortunate they got attention because LeBron James' name was attached to it, but let this be an opportunity to figure out how we can use this moment to transform education across the landscape.